It's the hyperphagia. That's what happened with that rat I had on the video. And hopefully next year I'll have the videotape of the rat with stimulating the lateral hypothalamus. I heard from my friend at Carleton, and he's going to find out if he's got the videotape. The guy who was teasing the rat with the bottle brush, I tracked down Dr. Zakarko. I hadn't talked to him in years, but he emailed me today. He wanted to know what I wanted. So I told him I wanted a videotape of this. Lateral hypothalamic electrical stimulation. So last question. According to the textbook, obesity is now prevalent in industrialized countries because high positive incentive value foods are continuously and readily available in these countries. Humans have evolved to eat as much as they can when food is available, or cultures have evolved to promote eating when food is available. What do you guys think it is? What do you think?
Is it B?
Yeah, I think that's true. So humans have evolved to eat as much as they can when food is available. Do you think that's true? Our caveman ancestors sometimes suffered through periods of very low availability of food, and those who weren't able to eat as much as possible and get as fat as possible when they had food available didn't survive those periods of drought, so their genes became lost from the gene pool. So most of us, that's when we talk about being programmed for obesity, thank your caveman ancestors that survived the periods of very low food availability. Most of us, modern humans, just have fat storing as part of our genes. And cultures have evolved to promote eating when food is available. So what do you guys think it is? Would you say it's all of those things?
Yeah, A and B.
A and B. So these are the answers. It's all of the above. So, I mean, yeah, A and B are correct, but cultures have also evolved to promote eating. Food is available. And there was another one that we were uncertain about, right? Or I was uncertain about. Number 13. Number 13, you remembered it. You got a hard copy there? You put a question mark beside that. Thank you. What somebody's thinking. Right. Yeah. And we were vacillating between delayed non-matching the sample tests. They're typically ones that are used for other animals. Implicit memory in neuropsychological patients, episodic tests are part of explicit memory. They're the episodic version of explicit memory, but repetition priming tests are really what assess implicit memory. You could do delayed non-matching to sample, but no, not delayed non-matching to sample is actually explicit memory. So basically, yeah, the correct answer is to, I confused myself. Okay, so those are the multiple choice answers. I do have answers below, as you probably saw, for the essay kinds of questions. And I mean, I could give you a peek at them, but I'd rather just sort of answer questions. Those questions are there kind of for your homework to do. I know you'd like to see them, right? So how many people do these review questions and answer? You go to the textbook and you dig out the information and generate a logical answer? One of the things, so most of you are here who do that, and you're doing fine because you're doing that, probably. You'd like to do better, I'm sure, but yeah, I found that the students who do well in the course are typically students who are doing the review questions and composing, doing the reading and putting the information together for themselves. I'm not so, I know you guys are all interested in getting good grades. I'm interested in you learning some neuroscience. And I think we're really fair in terms of grading. You probably now have seen when you got your current grade that you're doing better than you thought you might have been doing, given what the possibilities were from the component scores. And if you do well on this final, and you did badly on the quizzes, or you did badly on exam 2, or exam 2 brought a lot of people down, you can get rid of exam 2 or get rid of exam or quiz scores or whatever your lowest component is. It's worthwhile you really putting the effort in. People who are already had A's probably didn't want to take the time. Some of them are maybe getting, I don't know. How
Can we
many?
go over some of the essay questions?
Pardon me?
Can we go over some of the essay questions?
Sure.
How about chapter 11, number 2?
Okay.
Basically all of chapter 11.
Oh, chapter 11
Yeah.
is complicated, is it? So is it the So you like the question number 1? You should be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so what are the advantages and shortcomings of animal studies, models of amnesia? What are the usefulness of monkey and rat models of amnesia? I think you could look at the hippocampal lesion studies in rats and primates, and there was a difference between there were some issues in the monkey model that are not as affected in the rat model because of how one accesses the monkey hippocampus. You have to destroy a lot more cortex to get at the monkey. A lot more of the medial temporal and lateral temporal cortex to get at the monkey hippocampus than you do to get at the hippocampus in a rat. And therefore, these models aren't strictly comparable. the advantages of the monkey are, the monkey's a primate like a human, and therefore, they're capable